Hi folks, I'm Steve Hindy with Showing Animals Respect and Kindness. Today we have an update on the case of Bryan David Zipoy of Prior Lake, Minnesota. On March 15, 2018, Mr. Zipoy attended a pigeon slaughter put on by Ducks Unlimited at the infamous Minnesota Horse and Hunt Club, a canned hunt operation. Mr. Zipoy, apparently displeased by the presence of shark investigators, used his vehicle to threaten two people standing quietly well off the roadway. Mr. Zipoy's behavior was documented by 3 shark cameras, and that video was turned over to the Scott County Sheriff's Department. Almost 8 weeks passed before a charge of reckless driving was brought. But once that happened, Scott County Attorney Ron Hocevar seemed to have taken the case seriously. We received a copy of the police incident report, and I'd like to share some of it with you, especially the story Mr. Zipoy gave to the police about his behavior. I'm going to read straight from the police report because otherwise you might reasonably believe that I'm pulling your leg. Bryan said that his steering wheel had become stuck and was not turning because his glove had gotten jammed in between his knee and the steering column while he was making his turn. Bryan said that he understood why it appeared that he had driven towards them with intent, but that he did not at all intend to. Bryan said that his dog was up on the passenger side seat and was muddy from the hunt, and that his gloves, which had been set down on the seat, were getting dirty from him. Bryan said that when he saw that the dog was stepping on them and making them dirty, so he grabbed them and placed them onto his lap. Bryan stated that he was about a foot away from making contact with the protesters. When I asked why Bryan did not stop and explain what had happened to the protesters, he said that because there were several protesters there that were upset with his presence, he felt that if he got out to explain, they would not find him to be sincere and things might escalate from there. There are a couple of problems with Mr. Zipoy's account. First, his story is predicated on the slaughter having ended. In fact, Mr. Zipoy's offense occurred before the slaughter. Mr. Zipoy was leaving the clubhouse to go to the killing grounds. That means the dog wasn't muddy yet. Oops. Second, Mr. Zipoy claimed he didn't stop because he didn't want to escalate things. Interestingly, Mr. Zipoy didn't seem to be concerned about possibly escalating things somewhat later in the day, when he was actually leaving the killing grounds at the conclusion of the pigeon slaughter.
You guys are fucking stupid. How about some good, clean fun with my children, rather than doing electronics? Maybe I should raise my kid to be protesters. You want me to say anything else?
On January 7, 2019, Bryan David Zipoy pled guilty to a reduced charge of careless driving. He was sentenced to 1 year probation, 30 hours of community service, and $200 for court and prosecution costs. We thank County Attorney Hocevar for doing his job. This case has been an effective deterrent for others at the club who were tempted to do the same kind of thing. Shark will continue to expose the cowardly, indefensible cruelty at the Minnesota Horse and Hunt Club. I'm Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel to see more of our investigations and learn what you can do to help Shark help animals.